Okay, we're gonna go live soon. Okay, let's go live. down. But once you understand what to do about the music, and then we start. It's going to be so interesting because you need to understand what to do. Alright. I don't have time, so because of time I have to be very fast. We're discussing on goal. Now why are we discussing this topic? It's very simple. Why are we discussing this topic? The aim is that every day of your life, you're supposed to prepare yourself. You're supposed to be the city. You own your life, you own your destiny. So since you own your life, you own your destiny. I was studying that like, at the middle of the night, I was meditating. I was like, this means whatsoever you want, you can always achieve it. You can always achieve everything you want if you actually be the city of, yes, I can achieve it. The city is in your mind. If your mind is corrupt, your physical and everything will be corrupt. It is how you train your mind. You don't understand what to do. Now, the reason why we read this book every day is because the book will help you to train your mind. First is we don't write down our goals. What we want to achieve is not planned. And that is why some of us we don't achieve the goal. Now, the book helps us that what this man, Brian Tracy, he said, how to get everything you want faster than ever you thought possible. Now, what this man have raised a lot of millionaires. And then the years he has spent in this process, we are not tapping from the idea. So when you read a book, the person that you are studying this book is your mentor. You are tapping the idea of the years the person has spent, the experience, and then you taking the experience and then apply it. According to what my mentor said, he said, do what the rich is doing and you will definitely become rich. Now today we are being on this topic and we are in chapter 14. So we're going to deal on it now and let's nail it. It's very simple. Okay. All right. So when you learn every day, you will always increase. Your level of income will increase. Your financial life, whatsoever, will just keep increasing. So sometimes, just as some of us were not patient to learn. It's not easy for us to sit down and read. That is why the program is here to say, okay, we can be reading one chapter every day. So when we discuss about this one chapter, automatically means that you have read one chapter in a day. That's it. And when you read one chapter in a day, you always increase in your finance. You always increase. You see increase. In 1 month time, you see increase. You'll be disturbed. And today we're discussing about time management. Alright, that's what the topic is saying. Know how to manage your time well. The topic is know how to manage your time well. If you can manage your time well, it will help you. I'm going to just read through and then round it up. That means you have read chapter 1, chapter 14 in this book. If you want to read the other chapters, just go through my profile. You'll be seeing the different chapters from chapter 1 to chapter 14 that we have done on this book. You just see it. We're just running through this book for until we are done with this. We enter another book. Alright? So support us by commenting, support us by sharing the link. Somebody might be giving up, but just this message can help the person in the person's finance. So just help us to comment, help us to like, click on the subscribe button and also share to all your social media. If that is the only way to help us, to support us, to grow the channel, to increase the value we are giving to people. The aim is, let's not beg man for bread. The aim is, let's not disturb man again. Let's understand what to do and then do it to see how far. One of the things that it's not that we are not ready to do what it takes to be financially free. It's just that we didn't see who will guide us on the right thing to do so that we can become financially free. Man, a man's create the nature of a man does not want to be disgraced. The nature of a man wants to be respected. And that is why you see that men do many things because they don't want to be disgraced. They try to do something so that they can be respected. Let's discuss about it. Then you ask yourself, how come? Do you manage your time well? Do you know that time is an asset? Do you know that time is an investment? The time is an asset. It's an investment. That's the truth. But how do you manage your investment? How do you manage your assets? Your level at which you manage your asset determines if the asset will always increase or the asset will reduce. The level of the value, the level of the asset will increase or it will reduce, depending on how you manage the asset. Time is an asset. It means you own an asset every day, but how you use the asset matters. Then whether it's either you're using the asset for something that is valuable, that can increase the asset, or you're using the assets, you're using the assets that is, you're using your asset that is not valuable. Now let's discuss about it. Then he says, Robert Chairman said, time slips through our hands like grain of seed, never to return again. Those who use time wisely are rewarded with riches, production, and satisfying life. Those who use time wisely, those who use their asset wisely, I'm the one paraphrasing it. Those who use their asset wisely, the time asset wisely, are rewarded with riches, productivity, and satisfying life. Are you saying it? Okay, let's dance to it. Okay. Like I said, drop a comment, let us know where you're watching from. We'll deal on this. To achieve all your goals and become everything you are capable of becoming, you must set your goal, you must set time under control. Psychologists generally agree that a sense of control is the key to feeling of happy, confidence, power, personal well-being, and a sense of control in only possible when you practice excellent time and management skill. Now, what he's trying to say here is, if you know how to practice management time, you are in control of your life. If you know how to manage your time, because he said time is management and it can be learned. Now, he said, the good news is that time management is a skill, and like any other skill, it is learnable no matter how disorganized you have been in the past or how much you have been tended to procrastinate or get caught up in low value activities. You can change. You become one of the most efficient, effective, and productive people in your field by learning how others have gone through confusion to clarify, from frustration to focus. Through repetition and practice, you can become one of the most result-oriented people in your field. What he's trying to say is very simple. Let me calm down. You can become something great. Okay, let me give an example like this. My mom and my dad. We just know that, sorry, if I say this one now, the women you say I'm not supporting them. But let me forgive me, boys. More women don't know how to keep time than men. Okay, it's a debate. But let me just say most of the women, let me not say all, most of the women. Like my mom, when we were going to church, precisely, dad would say, there's no need waiting for her. Carry your car. When you're done, you have your own car. We're not going to church together because we'll go late. So we just drive, I'll just go with dad to the church. While my mom will later come and meet us. The reason is because my mom does not know how to use time well. After the makeup, before you finish up, women have to organize the house and so on and so on. So it's your department. But you see, time is when I have to do this at this time. Now, there's a consequences when you do not meet up time. Now, I'm coming to the level of your income. I'm coming to the level of your assets and how time matters in your wealth, in your growth, in those things that you want to do. The time is the key. But I'm coming to it. So let's just dive in. This one says choices and decision about time. The choices and decisions about time. Be very fast in this. If the front side of your coin of success is the ability coin, coin, okay, the coins. Now, if the front side of it is the ability to set a clear goal for yourself, then the flip of the same coin is the ability to get yourself organized. Now, the in a coin, that's up and that's up and down, right? That's the opposite. All right. So the first one is the ability to be successful, while the second one, the ability to organize and work on your most valuable tasks every minute and every time. Your choice and the decision are combined to create your entire life in the moment. Now watch it. To change or improve your life in any way, you have to make new choices and new decisions that are more in alignment with who you really are and what you really want. The starting point of time management is for you to determine your goal and then organize your goal by priority and value. What it's trying to say here is your time, your success, the ability to organize everything you want and prioritize it. The most important thing. Let me give you an example like what are the things you want? Do you want a car this year? Do you want to own a property this year? Do you want to increase your level of income this year? Do you want to own a company this year? Do you want your home? How do you want your home to be this year? You know the level of the rate at which you want your home to be. Now, you need to arrange it. You need to arrange the priority. The most important one comes first. Then arrange it by priority. And then there's a consequences in this. The higher the value, the higher the consequences. And then this means if you cannot meet up to the priority, there's a higher consequences in it. So these are the things that you need to understand about choice and decision. Then if you're doing the things that are not valuable among the goals, that are not important, it is your choice and it's your decision. So if you're not producing result, it is your choice and it's your decision. So this is the aim of, this is what we want to discuss today. Your time, your management, are you doing it for the right thing? Or you're not doing it for the right thing? Are you doing it to achieve the goal? How productive are you with your time? And remember, I'm using your time as an asset. How productive are you in your assets? And your assets, your level of value in that asset determine the level of income. Now, if your asset is not productive, if your asset does not give value, there will be no income, there will be no money. Whatever that attracts money comes with value. Study about it. Look at those people that are making money. Look at yourself that are making money. There's something you offer. That thing you offer is called value. Now, the greater the value, the greater the income. So now, the higher your value, now that means the higher the amount of assets, the amount of value you will put on that asset determines the amount of value income that will come. So now it is your choice to determine if I want to put more value on my assets with this kind of asset I have, or I want to put more value on my liability that will not increase my income. Remember, there is a goal. So the goal is very simple. There's something I want to teach in my group, and I'm getting scared. It's about, do you really know who you are? Your identity. Because some of us, because we do not know our identity, we beg man for bread. Because we do not know our identity, We are begging man for bread. Actually, man was not born to beg man. Man was not destined to depend on man. But because we do not understand our identity, the man's identity, man was not born to suffer. But there are steps, and the key word is the learning. As far, do you know that time management is a skill? I said it here, and the book is saying it, that time management is a skill, that you can learn it, and you can unlearn it. You can learn to manage your time. But now let's discuss about it because of time. I have to be fast. The right thing to do, the right thing to do. The metaphysician and philosopher Peter Ospenki was once asked by a student, how do you know what is the right thing for me to do? The student was asking the man, a philosopher, how do you know the right thing for me to do? And then the man replied, if you tell me your aim, I will tell you what is the right thing for you to do. So what if you tell me your aim? That is, you study the student. If you tell me your aim, and I will tell you the right thing to do. So the question is, what is your aim? And let me guide you on what to do. Because I cannot guide you when you don't know your aim. Like when I was saying that there's something I want to teach my group. I said a man's identity. See, man is so wealthy. See, you listening to me. When I say man, I'm generalizing it, man and woman. You know, I was telling my loved one yesterday, I said, you see all those things you admire, those wealth you admire, do you know that you can achieve it? Trust me, ever since we have been together, you know how we started from nothing and this level we got to. Everything I tell you, have you not noticed that you are seeing everything? Because it is a principle and it's a growth. See, your wealth will always increase when you understand your identity and then you build it. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've not really used my time well. Me that is telling you about time. I really did not use my time well, and I learned from it. I had to start learning how to use my time. I had to start learning how to correct my time. Because it's my asset and increase my value so that my income will increase. So I am also part of it. I have to discipline myself because I'm the only one that can discipline myself because I know what I want. Remember, I'm setting my goal. Remember, I'm setting my goal. This is Talk With Me. You can always drop a comment. I want to see how far, I want to see how you're going, I want to see your comment. As the rest, share the link and the rest. Because of time, let's be fast. So, this is an important parable. The only way that you can determine what is right or wrong, more or less important, high or low priority, is by first determining your aim or your goal at a particular moment. From the point forward, you can divide all your activity into A and B. Now, we're still on the right thing to do. So the man is saying that you can divide your activity into A and B. Then the A is the activity. A activity is something that moves you towards your goal fast and more directly than B. Then the B is activity that does not move you towards your goal, that is important to you. Now, you know that we have been saying it already. If you have been following me, we said you must write your goal down. I have my goal written, and I'm running the goals. The same way I had my goal that I'm going to teach every morning about this. So we are running it. Now, and I'm disciplined to make sure that I'm running it. Now, the aim here is, I have to be very fast. The aim here is, in this goal, write down the things that are important and the ones that are not important. In your goals, the A are those ones that are very important, and the B are those that are not important. And then go for those ones that are very important. If you have more time, you deal on the other one. The role of intelligence. The summary of the role of intelligence. They were asking a philosopher, what are the roles of being intelligent? He said the role of intelligence is I'm trying to paraphrase and summarize it. Say the ways of acting. Acting is an intelligence. It means you must act. It's not by procrastinating. Acting is a way of intelligence. That is the major way. It's not by you defining or studying and then you are not acting. He said the way of intelligence, those who are successful and those who are not successful. He said the difference between the successful one and unsuccessful ones is acting. That the successful one takes action, but the unsuccessful one does not take action. And when they said set your goal and your priority, the unsuccessful one do not set. The other one has set their goals and then they are now running towards achieving the goals. So if you were asked, what is your goal? Have you really set your goal? What will be your answer? Have you really set your goal? What will be your answer? So that's what we're saying about it. So successful ones set their goal and then they hit it. Alright? Okay. Determine your long-term goal. Let's talk about it. Determine your long-term goal. Okay. Time management begins with clarity. You take the time to sit down with a piece of paper and think through exactly what it is you want to accomplish each area of your life. You decide upon your ultimate long-term goal of financial success, family, and so on. So, what should I say here? Determine your long-term goal, your family, your whatsoever, how much you want to make. How much do you want to make in the next 5 years? What do you want to own in the next 5 years, in the next 2 years, in the next 1 year? You structure it. What are the things you want to own? And then you then divide it. Okay, what will I do every day so that I can be close to my goal? See, do you have a project? The question is even, do you even have a project? What are you working towards? You don't have a project. Your lifespan is not much. I'm telling you. What project are you working towards? Do you want to own a car? Do you want to own a property? I've been saying this thing. Okay, it's big, right? But you want it. Have you written it down? Okay, have you put a deadline that before this day I will get it? First, you're looking at your level of income, which is also good. Now, what you are doing, can it give you this asset? If you definitely know it cannot. Then what will you do next? What will you add to it? And how will you manage your time to achieve it? Because it's not written down and the date is not set yet. You just know that your life is not yet complete. You know. See, this thing is very easy. We don't wait for miracle to come from heaven. Because miracle won't come. You need to understand what to do. That's the truth. You just need to understand what to do. How to manage your time is the key. Your time. Believe in yourself. And see, once you start managing time, you will start seeing your growth. Time is the essence. But when you know that you're doing something that is not right, your mind, there's a subconscious mind telling you you're just wasting time. This will kill you. You see, sometimes you're doing something of pleasure, but your mind will be telling you when you're supposed to do something that is more important. Because you already set your priority. The ones that are important and the ones that are not important. So whenever you're doing the ones that are not important and you're ignoring the ones that are important, that is where the problem is. And you see your solution mind telling you about it. Your long-term goal. What's your long-term goal? Begin with a list. I've already said it here. List everything you want, which is very important. The basic tools of time management is a list organized by priority and use it as a constant tool for personal management. The fact is that you can't manage time. You can only manage yourself because time is not waiting for you, so you cannot manage time. You can only manage yourself. This is why time management requires self-discipline, as in self-discipline, self-control, and life mastery. Time management requires that you make the best choice and decision necessary to enhance the quality of your life and work. Then follow through your decision by time management. You cannot manage time, but you can manage yourself. So, how do you manage your investment? Because the time is growing, that's an asset. And how are you using it? Because you cannot manage time. You can only manage yourself by disciplining yourself, control yourself, know the things to do because you have listed it. So the first thing to do is to list everything. List the priority and the one that is not a priority, which is the B. The A is the priority one. And then this among these ones that are very important, there are the ones that are more priority to the rest. The one that have a higher value, I call it the higher consequence. Because if you do not meet up, you will suffer. And then you focus on it first. Okay, we're going to come to that. You advance the planning. Use advanced planning. Use advanced planning. Okay. Begin today to plan every week in advance. Preferably the Sunday before the work week begins. Plan every day in the advance, preferably at night before. Now, what he's trying to say here is that every day you plan. Every day you plan. You plan. When you are making this plan, don't be distracted. You can leave your phone aside. Sometimes plan when you'll not be distracted, when your phone will not ring. At the middle of the night, at night, you can plan your day, what's going to happen the next day. So that you will just have that consciousness that, okay, these are the things I will do today. So while you're in the morning, your brain and the law of attraction will start happening for you because you've already planned that. You will do all these things and so on. See, how you have to plan your day. And you have to sit down every day to plan yourself. Life is a planning. God planned. God planned. First, He created the heaven and earth. Before He even created the heaven and earth, in the book of Genesis chapter 1 verse 1, in the beginning God created the heaven and earth. He said in verse 2, He said the earth was full of void. And then verse 3, He said, let there be light, and there was light. And then verse 4, He was just creating every day. He had a plan before He now made man in our own image. And He saw that man, sorry, I'm a Christian, so I can start quoting the Bible. And He saw that man was alone and he needed a help. See, the more you plan, see, that means, according to my leader, he said, woman was not in the original plan of God. Because the Bible said, and God saw that man was alone. I needed to create a helpmate. You see it? Now, watch me. Now, I'm just trying to enter the goal aspects. There's a place I'm entering. Now, it means that when you set your goals and your priority, this does not mean that you will not change the goal. In the process of you want to achieve this project, you will start learning and you start changing some goals because it's flexible. The real thing is that you will discover that you become more busy than you are not busy anymore. If you start seeing that, oh, my activities is increasing. Okay, I did not get this thing right. You see that you are working, and then you will start discovering that your level of finance is becoming better because you know that time is not on your side. The time management. You just know that the time is not on your side. How you use your time is the key to the wealth you seek for. How you use your time. I would have made a lot of mistakes yesterday. I would have spent some things I'm not supposed to spend. But because of the consciousness of my time, it helped me not to invest in what I'm not supposed to invest because that was not right. I was choosing pleasure over an investment that my family would have enjoyed more. So because I had the mindset of what I've studied, it helped me. What do you use your time to do? Your finance, your income, what you have in your hand. Are you using it for something that is more important to you? But let's talk about the priorities. Let's help you about it. Let's read them. Okay, I'm on track. Separate the urgent from the important. Separate the urgent from the important. In the process of managing your time, you must separate the urgent tasks from the important ones. Urgent tasks are determined by external pressure and requirements. That means external pressure, urgent tasks, all those external pressure. Then he said, you must do them immediately. Most people spend most of their days responding and reacting to urgent tasks in the form of telephone call, interruptions and emergency, and the demand of their boss and their customers. Now watch it. Important tasks, on the other hand, are those that can contribute to the very most to your long-term future. That is an important task. Important tasks that can contribute to your important future. Some of these tasks may be planning, organizing, study, researching your customers and setting priority before you begin. Those important tasks. Planning is an important task. How to saying here? Studying, organizing, set your goal is very important. Organizing, very important. Studying, study how you can make big result from your business. It means you're organizing how to talk to customer. How can customer will keep coming back? How to increase your customers? Learning, making phone calls, calculating, setting dates to get the result. Time management. Time management. Time management. Okay. All right. Then consider the consequences. So now let's talk about the consequences. The more the priority, the more the consequences. Now, when you set your goals, you know you're going to list them. Now, when you list them, which of them is more important? Which is the priority? The more the important is more the consequence. It means when you're not meeting up, it will affect you. It will affect your income. That's the consequences. So the greater the priority, the greater the consequences. That is why your ideal is to focus on the priority, the one that is more important. Remember that if you are, I'm going to be touching everything because I've read through. Now, this you're saying here that the difference between someone who is so rich and the person who is managing is they do different value. Now, this means that if you are selling something that will be giving you thousands, and the other person is selling something that can be giving her millions, it's different value. Are you seeing it? Now, and you know that the property you need, that you desire is millions. The property you seek for is millions. And you keep doing the things of thousands, you will remain in thousands. That's the truth. And then you keep complaining because the thousands will always solve your little problem. But the main one, and as time is going, the thousand cannot be enough for you anymore. Because your need will keep increasing, your need does not reduce. So this means you have to increase your level to start doing the things of millions. That's why I say the higher the priority, the higher the consequences. So now, what are you using your time to do? That means if you want to hit the million, it's a long-term goal. Then you write it down. Sometimes you ask questions. of time. Apply the 2080 rules, which I've already discussed in our last videos. For the new people that are coming in, okay. For the new people that are coming in, a 80-20 rules. Let me just go through it a little bit. Once you have prepared a list of tasks for the coming days, review your lists and apply the 2080 rules before you begin. Now watch it. The 2080 rules says that 20% of your activity will be account for 80% of the value of your activity. If you have a list of 10 items to complete, 2 of those items will be more valuable than the other 8 items combined. Now, this means these are the 10 things you want to do. We're talking about the 80-20 rule. Now, these are the 10 things you want to do. Among these 10 things, you now arrange it by priorities. The one that are most important is at the top, then the other one. Now, since this 2 is more important than this other 8, you put your all percent, your 80% inside it. Then the remaining 20%, you give it to the other ones. You must give your 80% to that goal you want. That thing that can make you change your life. See, they are more important than your gisting, watching Instagram or YouTube that is not valid, that will not add value to your life. Anything that you're watching that is taking your time, but it's not adding value to your life, you're killing your assets. Practice creative procrastination. What are you talking about practice? Okay. We're there. I'm on track. Now, when you're practicing procrastination, you know, I told you I procrastinate a lot. I told you I'm also guilty of it, and then I had to work on myself because because of my schedule. You see, I'm giving an excuse now. Because of my busy schedule, I'm not meeting up on the rest. I don't want it. That is an excuse. The poor people gives excuse. The rich accept responsibility and then get to work. You know, that's why I always tell people, learn to accept responsibility. Learn to say, yes, I failed. But now let me correct it. Learn to accept responsibility, learn from your mistake, and accept it. Don't be afraid. Because the moment you accept responsibility, wealth is coming for you. Alright? So this practice creative procrastination is talking about you practice something that is not valuable. Practice to procrastinate on it. That's what it's trying to say here. So anything that is not valuable, that will not add to your life, procrastinate so that it will be. It's not an important thing. Chatting with your friends and there's no value, procrastinate. Don't make it a priority. While the priority ones, the ones that are important, give your all to it. That's what it's saying. Alright? Then he said, practice the ABCDE method. You see this method, I love it. I want to read it through. In fact, the method that entered my head that you can't even go out anymore. And then I also like you to follow the method. So just write it ABCDE method. ABCDE method. Then we're going to discuss the A method, the B, the C, and let me just read through. Another method of setting priorities is the ABCDE method. This method requires that you review your list of tasks. Review the list of tasks, the things that you will do, the list. Before you begin, the things you do, review the list first before you begin. And then put them in the ABCDE next to each other. The very act of performing this exercise and thinking through your tasks before you start work will dramatically increase your efficiency and effectiveness once you begin working. So once you set the priority, the A, the B, the C, the D, E, the priorities are we together? Now, let me tell you what the A stands for. So now, the method of setting your priority, the A, B, D, then you now say A. A means this the most important one. That's the high. That's the first one. Now we're saying it already. So your first one is the most important one. So air tax is something that is very important. It has serious consequences for completion or non-completion. Whether you do it or not, or you don't, it can have a major impact on your results or your success. You should always do your task A before any other thing. So this means that among the tasks, the A, B, C, D, you must always do your A. If you do not do it, it's going to affect a lot. It's going to affect your success or whatsoever. So your priority, if that A is very important in the among the things you will do. Now, and you have three things you will do that are very, very important to you, and you must do them. You will name them A1, A2, A3 before you even enter B. See, are you getting the point now? So now, your first priority is A, and they are very important and you must do it because if you don't do it, you will suffer it. It will come back and affect you, which is your priority. So you list them. So some of us see, so if you're going to the market, for our loved ones who are going to the market, they always write down the things they want to buy. So they write down the ones that are very important first, and you see them buying it. That's how my mom does it. You see them buying the first things that are more important before the other one. Then the money remains, then they start buying the other things they need to buy. The same thing how life is, how your income is, how your asset is. The way you set the project matters. I'm telling you. But the question is, do you have a list of your goals? Do you have a list of the things you want to achieve? This is only going to help you to achieve time. Your time will not be wasted anymore if you already have the priorities of the things you want to do. Because it will not that list of things, you automatically you'll not be conscious of time. Because this is where it will help you to now know how to manage your time. If not, how can you manage the time? Because time management is the key. It's an asset. That's the truth. Okay. Then that's the A, that's the task A, which I've already explained to you. Task B says the B task is something that you would do. It is a mid consequence for completion or non-completion. For example, calling a friend, going for lunch with your co-worker, or checking your emails would be task B. Doing it or not doing it. Doing it may cause some inconsequences, but the consequences for your life is more minor. So that means the B aspect, if you do it, you don't do it, it will not cost you that much compared to the A. So even if you didn't even do it, it will not affect you. But you see that A aspect is very important. Then we talk about the C. We're talking about method A, B, C, D, right? Then the C step says the C task is a task that would be nice to do, but it will have no consequences at all. That means if you did not do it, there's no problem, but it will be nice to do. But it's not have consequences. So all those your goals, the ones that you know that if you didn't do it, it will do it, that under C. Having another cup of coffee, chatting with a co-worker, reading newspapers and the rest, watching your TikTok and the rest, and you not do it, all those ones are C. Then the D aspect is delegating tasks to other people. You know, this says the D task is something that you can delegate to someone else who work at a lower hourly rate than you do, or than you want to earn. The rule is that you should delegate everything you possibly can so that you can have more time to devote on your task. A, the one that determines the most of your success and happiness in your life. Are you seeing it? So that D aspect is to delegate to people. The ones that sometimes I want to wash my car. But when I see that sometimes I'm very busy, I give it to those who wash cars and then I pay. so that I can focus on my task because I don't have time. So sometimes you delegate the task. That's what I call deep. Look at the ones that you can give to people to do because you're trying to meet up your time. So that task A, if you understand, if you write down all your tasks, you discover that you don't have enough time. The 24 hours is not enough for you. I can send you, if you go to my YouTube after this class, you will see that by 4 hours ago, what am I even saying? 3 hours ago, we're setting up all this today. It's on YouTube. My family, my loved ones are setting it for me because I don't know how to set this one. Ask them to set it for me so that I can able to teach today. Set the mind, set the lightning, set everything because it's my priority. It's my first goal, and I had to study, I had to meditate. I mean, 40 minutes to this time, I'm still meditating. I don't have the time to sleep because this is my priority to show the world that they can achieve their goal. It's a purpose that I'm trying to fulfill. It is what I love doing. Time. I'm almost done. Okay. All right. The law of excluded alternative. The law of excluded alternative. Let's hit it. The law of excluded alternative says that doing one thing means doing something else. Doing one thing means not doing something else. What the law of excluded alternative is saying is that when you focus on one task, you have to do this task till the end without doing any other thing. Focus on it. Let your goal stay. Don't be distracted. The law of excluded alternative. So the question is, how are you managing your time? Have you been actually managing your time well? I'm trying to meet up. Okay. Have you been managing your time well? That's the part we're talking. If you're actually managing your time well, you know. Okay, write down the things you want to do today. Let's do it. Let's do it practical. And then you see for yourself that, oh, today, you will discover that you're not even doing much thing. And then when you're not doing much thing, then you don't blame anybody for the level of the value of your income. Your needs are rising. So now, work on those things that will help you to achieve your needs. And then make it a priority. Focus on one thing and achieve that goal before any other thing. Don't be distracted. There is no time. You have the asset you have. You cannot control it. You can only control your emotion, yourself, but you cannot control that asset that is clicking every second. Then choose the most valuable task, which I've already said already. Choose the most. I've already said already. Choose the most valuable task. So now, as the word implies, choose the one that is more important. Like I said, the difference between the rich and the poor, or maybe let me say the difference between someone who is more successful and the one that is not successful is like you having doing a business of thousands, actually doing a business of millions. And even you that is doing a business of thousands know that you need that millions to meet the good life you want to live. And then your level of income, your needs towards that millions. And you keep doing the things of thousands. How can you achieve that goal? So your level of the value you give matters. If it's a long-term goal, make it a long-term goal and then divide it. If it is in the next 2 years, you earn 200 million or 100 million, now fine. Then it's okay. You write it down, then divide it. That means, what will I be doing now? That in the next 1 month, 2 months, I should be able to do this one, then divide it by months. After dividing it by months, divide it by weeks. After dividing it by weeks, divide it by days. That means each day you must do something that is related to this task. So that you know that you're on the line, you're on the track to the goal that you seek for. How much are you using your time? You want to make millions, you want to make check, do you have a list? What is your priority in that list? How are you using your income, the small asset you have, the small money you have? What are you using it for? Are you using it for liability, or you're using it for the major priority to solve that priority so that you can earn more and solve your needs? You know, your life, you own your life. You own your wealth, you own your progress. It's in your hand. So you have to make the decision. It's your choice, not anybody's choice. You own the choice to make. You have the choice to make. So make the choice. Decide your life. Remember, this is you are building your day. This is your day that you are building. You're building, there's a city you're building. Then when we teach you this, what happened? Your day, you already know, you're already preparing for the day. That's why the program is very important. Like I said, always comment, share, like. Now, when you listen to us, you listen to me, you listen to the program, what happened? You're preparing your day. Nothing will spoil your day any longer. For those who did the practical of 3 days, become happy. What happened? You saw the result, right? Because people tell me about the result they saw. If you can be happy for the next 3 days, you will see the attract. You will see what will attract towards your life. Without you getting angry, build a city where there is no lack, a city where there is no debt, where there is no sickness. Listen, I said it again. If you are watching your status, when you see debt, flip it. It's not part of you. When you see error, complaint, flip it. Only thing, the moment you start watching teachings, that is the only thing that will become your phone. The moment you start watching music, people dancing, that is what will be coming to your phone. So you have to guide your city the way it is. Whatever you see is what you start attracting. So you discipline. The life can be boring at the beginning, but later on, you start enjoying it more than every other thing. See, when I sit down to watch film with my wife, sometimes, because I want them to be happy, I stay with them. My mind will not be happy because you know what? There is something I have to do. And so they get to understand that I am busy. But sometimes I'll just like, after laughing a little bit, I have to now move to go do what is important. Show them love. But my mind is in my goal. But I would have loved to watch action film, I like shooting film. But I don't have the time. Because it's not going to create money for me. Because my family will make demands of me. What should I do? I will tell them I'm watching film or what? No, I wasn't done for that. I wasn't born for that. Okay. Okay. Are we together? All right. Let's dance this. Mm. Practice single. After that, I choose the time. Okay. Choose the most valuable task, which I've discussed already about it. Now, practice single handled in each task. See, it's a practice single handling on each task. It means focus on one particular task and handle it to the end. I've talked about that already. All right. Okay. Let me just read it. Single handling is one of the most powerful time and personal management techniques of all. What this means is that once you have selected your A1 task, that's your first priority, that's your first one, you start on this task and work on it with single-minded concentration until it is 100% complete. You discipline yourself to concentrate without diversion or distraction. I've been saying it already. Once you focus on that particular task, you focus on it until it is complete 100%. In this book, we've also discussed how you can complete tasks 100% before doing any other thing. You learn it is a learn that I will always complete my task, not doing something halfway. You will always complete your task. We discussed it already. Now create a chunk of time. The chunk of time that he's saying here is create a time, like I've explained before, because he said have a particular time where you can plan, middle of the night, evening when they will not disturb you. Be planned for that first. Every day of your priority goals, you must always prepare. You must create a time to think about it. Every time, think about your goal, that priority. That you see, that time is the asset that you are using to think about it. They are preparing, they are studying to make sure that you achieve that goal. Every day, if it is midnight, 1 hour, 30 minutes, prepare it, study because it's your time for that priority. It's very important. Then keep yourself on track. Then the question is, how can you keep yourself on the track? Okay, now something is saying here, but I've already said, I've already discussed about it, but let me just say. Now, why am I on the payroll? For those who are working, for you to keep yourself on the track, why am I being paid? In this business, I'm earning money. Why am I earning it? What am I doing that's making me to earn it? In my work, why am I being paid? You know, you should have a reason why you're being paid. If you don't know why you're being paid, that's why you have a boss. You ask your boss. You list the things you are doing that you're paid. You ask your boss, what am I doing that is? What am I good at? You want to monitor your progress. In your business, you can ask your customers because they're your boss. What are you enjoying from me? What am I good at? So that you can pay more attention in it. It's called your priority. That thing that you are good at. You ask different people, what can you say about me? This was the assignment I was doing yesterday. Asking my loved ones, my boss, what am I good at? Hey, God, I feel something inside of me. I want people to understand that they can make this money. I was saying, I had to die down to 2 years ago. When God wants to make promise, God wants to make covenant about your wealth. I'm a Christian. And and he said, he became poor so you can be rich. By be rich, I have to not change that mind so that you can be rich. But he had to make the covenant. He was looking for who to make covenant with. He was looking for who to make covenant with. He was looking for something that is pure to make covenant with. So that you can be rich. And then he made covenant with himself. Because he did not see anything greater than himself. And he made a covenant with himself and said, you will be rich. And then the man comes. Your father said to you, your biological father went to do something. And he said, son, I've done something for you. No matter what you do, you will definitely be rich because I've made a covenant for you. Your biological father said it. And he said, go and do things. Don't be afraid to take the risk. I've made a covenant for you that you will be rich. Go and take the actions. Don't be afraid, but just take the actions. I was meditating on this kind of things yesterday. He said, take the actions. You'll be rich. Your physical dad is telling you this. That I've done something powerful for you. And you will be rich. He said, covenant I've made on my secret altar. And then you are going with the mindset that the covenant has been made for you. There's a mindset, you have built a city, your mindset, that a covenant has been made for you to be wealthy. That if you do anything, you will succeed. And because of that mindset, you will take the risk and you start seeing yourself succeeding. Now, the same thing that God, the Almighty, has made. He made a covenant to himself that you will be rich. Because he didn't see anything that is more pure than him. And he made a covenant to himself. And he made a covenant to himself that you will be rich. He became poor so that you will be rich. And now when you have this identity of yourself. Gosh. You have this identity of yourself. What will you do with this identity? Gosh. Then you go all out. That is why you set the priority. You set the first. You set the second. You set the third. You set the fourth one. And then you decide the first one. The first one that is more important because if you do not have something that is important, you don't take the action. So that first thing that is important, you take the action. You look at it. Remember, there's a priority that set a covenant for me. A covenant has been made for me that I will succeed in whatever I lay my hand. I've already built my mindset that whatever I touch, I will win. Because there's somebody that have made a covenant for me. See, when I teach you the altar of wealth, when I talk about it, the time will come, I will discuss it. The altar of wealth. A man to sit, do you know that when you sit down in your room and you're walking, look at those who are rich. They own an office and then they do their mathematics there. They make calls, just sit down. Do you know that in your private place, you will sit down and you're working with your system, you're working with your phone and you're calculating. Man, the wealth and doing the mindset that something has been made for you. Mindset. A priority, you see the way I'm meditating. See, when I start this meditation, I always stay up. There's something that stirs me up. And then, what is your priority? When you know that you are building a city that you'll be rich, you're building a city that you are already wealthy. I told you that there's a city that we are building. It's the mindset. A city that there is no lack. Once you understand this thing, set the goal. You cannot be motivated when there is no goal, when there is no priority. And your time, you're not using the time right. Because you must learn to use that investment well, which is our time. Set the goal, write it down, write the things that is more important, and then push it with everything you have. Everything that is going to cost you, because you're working with the time. Everything that's going to cost you to achieve it. Kayada. Controlling it, I'm controlling it. It's telling out, man, I'm trying to control it. Okay. Keep the track of your time, which I've discussed already. Very simple. Okay. Like I said, I'm done. Focus on your high value activities, which is more important. There's the value that is more important, I said it already. So you focus on it, you know. When I say you call the loved ones, you ask them, your customers, your mentors, what am I good at? So you call them, you ask them. See, all these things are work. You're working already. It means that you are using your time, your assets well. Work on the key result area. The key is the ones that are more important that they told you. Anytime that will always give you results. Call me anytime, give me a mic. If you want, my best birthday or whatsoever is scare me with people, give me a crowd, give me the mic. Let me wake their spirit up. It's what I enjoy doing. It's what makes me more happy. Let me tell them they can win. Let me tell them not to give up. Let me tell them I was once broke. In fact, I was never broke. That's the mindset. You are not the poor trying to be rich. You are the rich discovering your identity. Somebody has to guide you to a way. You don't know the way. And then, after that guide, you can be passing that way back. So the same thing. Somebody had to guide you by studying. I'm like, I can do this pass here. I got out of this world. Are you serious? So that means the road is wide. You can pass in it because of time. And time is up. So to just touch it. Do you understand it? So that thing that is very important to you, that priority, you need to work on it. Make it your number one priority. Work on it so that it's a gift. Use it to give value. It will increase your level of income. Put it in your business, that thing that you are good at. That anytime. What the customers are telling you, the more your priority, what they are saying, put it more on that business. Give it time. Work on it to help you build the investment, to help you build the capital. Make a difference. You can make a difference in what you do. What can I do and only I can do? What if I do it, I can do it successfully is what they're saying here. Then, all these things are what I'm telling you, what you can do, that are very important. Then the most important question of all, what is the most valuable use of my time right now? If you ask yourself that question, what is the most valuable use of your time right now? These are very important. All techniques and methods of goal setting, personal planning, time management are aimed at helping you to accurately answer the questions. Your time management, your goals, all these things can help you to answer this question. So if you know how to manage your time well, you know how to manage your time well, it will help you to answer this question. Because of time, I'm done. Become intense result oriented. See, once you're already result oriented, you ask yourself, am I getting results? Why am I not getting results? When your priority, why am I not getting results? You ask yourself that question, why you not getting results? You know, see, when there's a goal, you are aiming something. You are working towards that goal. You see where I'm facing like this because I have to see my goal. It's written down already. So I look at it every day. It's on the wall. My goals. So I correct, I change, I correct, I change. It's flexible. I add. I keep adding. Alright, so that is how it is. So your idea is that you must be oriented to win. Just like I want to this method A has to win, this task A, I have to achieve it. It's very important. Okay, so finally, develop the habit of time management. Develop the habit of time management. The last one. The good news is that time management is a skill and discipline that you can learn with practice. One rule for success is develop a good habit and make them your master. You can become excellent at time management with daily practice. Make a list of your tasks every day before you begin. Organize your list by priority, separating the urgent from the important, and using the 80-20 rules or the ABCDE method. Choose your most important task and then begin working immediately on that task. Discipline yourself to concentrate single-mindedly on that task, on that one task, or actively until the 100% is achieved. That's all. Do you understand it, Bar? This is time management. How you use your time matters. We are done with chapter 14. So in chapter 15, that is tomorrow, which we say review your goal daily. You're not going to be reviewing all your goals daily. We'll not teach you how to review your goals daily. How you can be reviewing them every day. That we are discussing tomorrow. Then you are not on track. So when you're going out today, you're going out with the mindset that my day is blessed. I'm working towards my tasks. Nothing will spoil your day any longer. Do you understand this? So this is how we're going to build it. Now, do you enjoy the chapter, today's chapter? Hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, comment, support, post on your WhatsApp status, on your Facebook. You are helping us. You are helping us to improve on the page. You are helping us to grow the channel, to reach more people, and also gain more value. Just your post alone can help a soul that is giving up. Thank you for supporting the system. Like I always say, life is so sweet when you understand the secret to create wealth. Take responsibility for your finance or get to take others for the rest of your life. You are either a master of money or a slave to it. Your choice. And me and my friend is Engr PAJ. God bless you. Mm. Wow. It's time to go hit chapter 3. I'm a new creation. I'm a seed of Abraham. I know who I am. My wealth is much. My income is much. I was born not to suffer. I was born to be wealthy. I was born to be rich. Hey, I am determined to do anything it costs for me. See, my eye is on the focus. This is what I would do. Oh, I'm increasing. I'm increasing. I'm growing. My income is increasing. I was born to be successful. Oh, when I listen to this song, I'm wonderfully made. I'm flying. Oh, I'm flying. I'm flying. Oh.